Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your bonus cartridge for Friday, June 1st, 2018. We are continuing on with the gameplay stuff for each week on Friday, and today we're going to do a little bit of Factorio. So, this is the game that's been eating up most of my time lately, so I hope you enjoy. Over to you, Dandruff.
Hi everybody, and here we are with Factorio Friday. I promise not every day is, or not every week is going to be Factorio Friday, but it just kind of works out. I understand too that this is kind of a niche game that not everybody would like, but I really enjoy this game, and it's one of the most played games I have on my Steam account, if not the most played game I have on my Steam account, because I think I'm approaching 600 hours? I don't know, 500 or 600 hours. I don't know. It's a lot. So, we're just going to jump right into it with a new game. All default stuff. And I want to show you exactly how this game works and how it starts out. So, the whole thing about this game is automation. And I tell people that this game is the builder where the things you build things. And that's what it's all about. And you start out really slow, and you start out with just up. Oh, you don't even start out with a pick. Oh, it's been a long time. Okay, so you gotta make yourself a pick in order to do anything. And you start out with 8 iron plates, a stone furnace, a burner, and a burner mining drill. You start out with basically nothing, and you have to work your way to launching a rocket, which is the technically end of the game, but it still goes on after that. So what we're going to do is we're going to mine ourselves some coal by hand to get some fuel for our mining drill. Okay, so we're going to place down our mining drill and then put coal into the mining drill to get more coal. And we're going to just push the F button to pick stuff up. We're just going to pick up coal as it goes. So right here are some stones too. And I need these stones because we're going to make another burner mining drill. Okay, because what we want to do... Oh, we need iron gears. Okay, oop. In order to get iron gears, we need iron. We got to mine the iron by hand. This is ridiculous once you realize what the whole point of this game is. So what we're going to do is we're going to get set up to the point where we're automated smelting just a little bit. And then we will go over to the modded server that I have with my friend Yemto, and we'll show everything that we've worked on. And it's pretty much just, this whole video is going to be just me explaining the factory. We're not going to really build anything in the factory because building things in the factory actually takes quite a long time. Like hours and hours to build one thing. Because yeah, the way that we build things is we want things to look nice. So we not only build it, we have to rebuild it because we don't always build it right the first time. You have to build prototypes, yada yada yada. It's complicated. So now that we have another... Oops. That was the menu. Now that we have another burner drill, we're going to take it and point it at this drill. So now what this is doing is, you see these little arrows here? These little yellow arrows? This drill is feeding coal into this drill, which is feeding coal back into this drill. So now they're pretty much just going to infinitely gather coal. So we can pick this up. And now we pretty much have an infinite fuel supply. We have an infinite resource on coal now. So that's actually automated. That's the first thing you ever want to automate in this game, is just getting coal. Next thing that we want to do is automate mining iron, because we need lots and lots and lots of iron, and it gets kind of ridiculous in how much iron you need. So we put the iron into the furnace. We pick up the iron out of the furnace. We're gonna pick up some coal. See, there's so much coal that we've gotten already. 37. Wow. And we can make ourselves some more. Forget all what there is in the beginning. We can make ourselves some more stone furnaces in order to what's it? Smelt more coal faster, or smelt more iron faster. Okay, now we can make another drill. Okay. And now we're going to come over here and get some of this coal here out of those. And because this one's got fuel, if one has fuel and is able to mine a piece of coal, it will actually fuel the other one. It will go continuously because it can mine more than the amount. It can mine more than one piece of coal off of one piece of coal. So this will literally mine for forever until until the coal underneath this runs out. Yes, it will run out. Haha. Nothing is infinite in this game, except in the modded server. But even that's we'll get to that. All right. Modded server's kind of crazy. So we're gonna take this burner drill, put fuel in it, and it's gonna start making. It's gonna start getting iron out. Okay. So that way we don't have to mine it ourselves. We can just take the iron out of the thing. But Dandruff, can't you just take the stone furnace and put it right here and put fuel in it, and won't it just make iron for you? Yes, it will. So you can just do that. And again, this is a small step in automation. Take this iron here, we just put it there. So now we have these two things getting coal, this thing getting iron, and yada yada yada. Okay, so now Dandruff, you see the crazy belts going around everywhere. How do we get these crazy belts? All right, so how to do this? I need electricity at some point. Oh yeah, I need copper. Okay. Oh, this game is nuts. So the thing about this game is you always have 4 things to do with this game. You always have just so many different things that you need to have done. Like right now, I need to fill this full of coal to make sure that it runs to keep getting more iron plates. Oh, there were iron plates in there. Okay. Gee, what do I do? Because I want to do this as quickly as possible because I want to show you the server because I know it's going to take a long time to explain the server. So we have another burner drill, and we're going to take. I need electricity because it'll be so much easier once I have electricity. We're going to take this burner drill and this stone furnace, and we're going to come down here and we're going to start mining copper. Because the sooner we get electricity, the sooner I can actually not make this a terrible headache. Okay, so we got this going here. We're going to take some of the coal here, put it in there. Yay, copper plates. The first thing we need is a offshore pump. An offshore pump. I need another iron plate. It's really slow in the beginning. This game is super duper slow in the beginning. Once you get it up and going, it gets really, really fast. Very quickly. Oh, we got water right here. Okay, we're just gonna take the water right here. Alright. Actually, there's a better placement for this. Right there. That's a better placement for this, Dandruff. Okay, so now that we've got that going, more iron plates, we're gonna make ourselves a steam engine. Steam engine. We're also gonna grab this, because oh, these have once these back up, they'll stop running. Fill these full of fuel. The only way that something like that, like, well, the only way that the miners will stop is if they back up. And once we get to some type of electricity, then we can start automating things a little bit easier, because electricity is the kind of the root of everything. Okay, so here's a boiler. Alright, so the boiler is gonna go right here. Okay, yeah. Like that. Alright. Okay. I'm being so indecisive. Alright, so the water's gonna come in from there. Fill this up. It's already got water in here. And then once we put some coal into that... I know it's dark too. Once we put some coal into that, we will have steam. And then once we have steam, we will have power. Okay, now this has steam, so we now have power. But we need trees in order to make electric poles, in order to spread that power around. Alright, so get some wood, giggity. Electric poles. Okay. Do we have the electric miners? Yes, we do have electric miners. Okay, so we're gonna take this electricity, bring it down here. Because this is how you transport electricity. Oh, it's so slow in the beginning. This is painfully slow. Okay, so we've got this. We need more iron plates. This needs more coal. There's an electric mining drill. Okay, so now that we have an electric mining drill, we are going to move it up. Move the electricity up here. Okay, we've been going for 12 minutes on this, so I think you guys might get the hang of this. You have to pretty much just keep building and building, and because this is electric, this doesn't require additional fuel, so you can put this here, and then you could do things like move this along a rail system. You can then take these inserters, which will then insert the blah 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 blah. The ore into the blah, can't talk. You have to put the ore into the furnace with fuel. That will then output onto another belt. And there we have automation. Yay! Automated things. We have automated our first iron plates. This is completely automated right here. I did it. It's mining. It still needs to be manually fed coal here, but that's okay. The electric drill mines the ore here. The electric inserter puts it into the furnace. The other inserter takes it out. Okay. And then all we have to do is pick it up off of this. Or what we can do is we can actually make another inserter over here, give it electricity, and put the things into a chest. Yay! Pardon me while I take a drink of soda. So now this is completely automated. Turn on my stuff. We are now gathering iron into a chest. And it's this simple of an idea done a billion times. So, what we're going to do now that we have this, because this is functioning. It's not great. This is functioning. This is just for tutorial of the game, or for what we're doing. We're going to join my friend Yemto on the modded server. Hi Yemto, how are you? He's
I'm doing good, thank you.
There he is. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna quit out of this. Oop, we're gonna save it because, yay! We're gonna call this YouTube video. I was gonna say video, but I didn't. All right. So quit game. We're gonna put up our icon so that way I can play not show my IP address because that would be terribly bad. And realize that all the mods are off. Okay, so I need to go back and turn the mods on. And then, yeah. So the game's gonna have to restart. Come on. There it goes. Okay. Yay. Okay. Sorry about this. Maybe we should cut this part out. Yeah, let's cut.
Editing.
And we're back. Okay, cool. And let's connect to the server. Yay. Connecting to server. Downloading. I think I can take that off now. Alright. So, this has a lot of mods. Quite a few mods. So, the thing that we were just working on is right here. And if this looks crazy, that's because this is. This is actually for oil production. We're actually gathering oil here, and we're turning it into fuel, as well as then turning it into little plastic chunks. Hi, Yemto.
Hello. And to be fair, this isn't too much modded. It's only these things that's modded in.
Yeah, there isn't too much that we're seeing right here that's modded. Well, let's go back to the main factory, and I will have to speed up this footage while we run there. Okay, so here we are back at the factory, and by the way, this QR code, yeah, scan this QR code right there. Yep, go ahead. I'll give you a second. Okay, good. Okay, so now this is our main factory-esque type conglomeration. It's kind of big, and it's really, really confusing. There's a lot going on here. Yemto, where do we start?
I don't know.
Okay, so one of the basic things... So the whole principle of this factory overall is we have smaller sub-factories building lots of a single component and then shipping that out via train. For those of you who do play Factorio, it's a 1-for-1 train configuration. That's one engine in the front, 4 cargo bins, and then 1 engine in the back. There's many different train configurations for those of you who don't play the game. It really doesn't matter. It's just whatever you pick, you kind of have to go with that, and it will determine a lot of things for your factory, how much throughput you have for different materials. One of the first things that we learned is most important is iron, and this is where we're bringing iron in here. Iron also gets turned into steel, which is what you see right here. Here's a train that's actually delivering iron, and it stops, and it, yeah, that should not be like that.
No, I'll see if I can fix it quickly.
I'm fixing it. I got it. Okay, so inventory empty.
Because it goes to 2 stations. That's why it's.
Oh, okay. Well, then I just screwed that up. Okay, well, that's the other thing about this game is that you can think you're fixing something and you actually mess everything up. So what this is it the main factory is what keeps the rest of everything going, because this is where we produce smaller amounts of higher end stuff, and then the other factories are where we produce more amounts of lower end components.
We're in mass produce things.
Yeah, we mass produce the lower end components, and we're working our way up to producing the higher end stuff. And it all starts with mining. It all starts with a mining facility, just like this one right over here. This is a different ore for modded. This is called rubyite. Normally on a regular vanilla server, you only have 4 different kinds of ore. You have stone, coal, iron, and copper. There are 6 different ores here. There is no stone. Oh, actually, there's 5. There's uranium on vanilla. I forgot they added that. They added that not too long ago. But they have 6 different ores plus coal, and oil hasn't really been changed at all because the oil mods are absolutely insane. And if you think this is bad, the oil mods are crazy. So we have a patch of rubyite here, and because it's modded, this is actually an infinite spawning patch of rubyite. It will just keep mining forever and ever, as long as it has sulfuric acid to power it. If it doesn't have sulfuric acid, it doesn't make ores. From here, you just saw that one train come in. From here, the rubyite travels up here. Got a patch of this is called sapphirite. We're just not even touching. We've got a mod here called Squeak Through that just lets us get through things. And if we didn't have it, it would be just nuts to go through, to get through anything. So here we have the crushers. Okay. The crushers bring in ore via the train system here, and bring it through, and then spit out crushed stone and crushed rubyite. And we have crushers for 4 different ores, Yempto?
I think so.
5 different ores? Let me see. So if you zoom out in the factory, oh, we have 5. You can actually see there's repeating patterns here. There's these big suckers down here. So we have this crusher here for rubyite, the one that we're standing at. This one is, this dark blue is sapphirite. You can zoom out and zoom in on the map. It's really nice. This is bobmonium, named after Bob, the guy who made the mod for all of these different types of ores. Then we have striatrite. Took a little while to learn all of these. And then gevolite. I like the color gevolite. It's kind of this weird yellow. There's the last one, which is this white ore here called cruntinium, and we're working on trying to figure out where to put a cruntinium crusher and a cruntinium floater. We'll get to what a floater is in a second. Okay, Yemto's gonna have to explain the floater too, because I don't know how it works. Let's just come over here through the wall to the rubyite floater. Yempto.
Yeah.
How does this work?
It takes the crushed rubyite in this case, and purified water, and spin them to make rubyite chunks, which we can process further or take to the sorter.
I did just change this to wait until it's empty cargo.
Okay.
Because that one doesn't go anywhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so it requires
crushed rubyite and purified water, and we get a waste product, sulfuric wastewater, which we need to take care of. Which?
Oh, the sulfuric acid's for this. I was like, wait, what's the sulfuric acid for? Because we have this train over here with sulfuric acid. By the way, sorry if the colors go a little bit pale. It's actually night out in the game. There's a day-night cycle, and if I take off my night vision goggles, you can see there's it's night, but it much better with this.
Yeah. No, the sulfuric acid is used for the liquefiers here. These create a crystal, which we need to process further, and the easiest way we can do that is just to turn it into crystal slurry, which these are doing. But they require acid, the sulfuric acid, to do it.
Yeah, and it has sulfuric acid. It's just, as you see here, we're backed up on the floated bobmonium ore, which is floated rubyite ore, which is, this is really ideally what you want, is a backup of the product that you need, because then once you progress, you can just call for it and it's full and ready to go. And things will build up over time as it's needed. So from here, we go to the rubyite sorter. Okay, yeah, okay, so the rubyite sorter is a little bit of a trek away. So this is the rubyite sorter. And we have a little bit of a backup problem. Here, I think it's on gold. Yeah, it's on gold. Yumto, do you want to? Oh, actually, we'll show the audience how we take care of our gold backup problem. So we'll get this going because we do need the sorter sorting. We have a artillery system, and we use the artillery system to just bomb the. We just bomb the ores that we don't need, and we make more. It's fine. It'll be fine. So here we go. One of them has started, or they went for a second there.
The chests aren't placed in, so it doesn't unload. It doesn't take it off from the belt, so it's still backed up.
This produces 4 different kinds of ore and slag. Slag processing has to happen somewhere else. That we can cover or we don't. That's basically just a recycling center for things that it produces a little bit of slag, not that much, but we want to use it and get rid of it instead of just doing what we did here, like blowing up our stuff. We would much rather use this stuff, but things like gold, we produce way more than we would ever need. So it's just better to just blow it up and get rid of it. This sorter here is for rubyite. This sorter here is for bobmonium. This sorter here is for sapphirite, but we don't use it. I think we're going to repurpose it for jivolite. All those words I said were English. I promise. Okay, where are we at? 28 minutes. Okay, we got another about 15 minutes of this before people start to tune out, I think. All right. Alright, so let's go with the basics of iron. Alright, I'm sorry if I'm switching through menus a lot. This game is, you just kind of learn the game, and it's a lot like computer programming. It's a lot like a big just logic puzzle. If you like this sort of thing, if you like builders, if you like programming, you will absolutely love this game, and it's dangerous. Don't go anywhere near it. It'll eat all your time.
Can you quickly show this thing?
What thing?
The power indicator. I mean.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, here we are. At night, so this is reading 100% power, and as you see with our, you can't see it. The accumulator's covered up by my big ugly mug. So there's an accumulator right here. Which has an energy level, but we have a nice kind of LCD display here that reads 100, so we can we know how much power we have. At night, this will depreciate because we're all solar powered, believe it or not. For those of you who play Factorio, we are completely 100% solar powered on this factory. Power degrades, we have to run just as on backup battery overnight and wait for the solar panels to kick back in.
And there's no like default of making this panel. This is all like I have to program it manually.
If you don't mind me sharing, Yemto is a programmer in his career and spare time. Quite enjoys it, and I call myself a hardware guy. He figures out a lot of the logic for this stuff. I figure out how to build things, and we really have been going ham on this factory for months. This main factory here, by the way, is really just a smaller version of what we're doing on a larger scale. Over here now, we have iron smelting. So iron all comes in. We've got only these 2 rails here for the iron. Everything comes in. Oh wait, no, this is steel. This is steel. Sorry about that. Haha, just kidding. Okay, so up here is our iron smelting facility, and we've redesigned this a little bit every now and then. Like, we've had to do some changes, so not all of them will look the same, but we've had to try to go with a pretty similar configuration. Yemto just got hit by a train. That happens, you know, whatever. It's a thing in this game. We both have really strong power armor full of lots and lots of goodies, high level goodies. It's fun. Okay. So, iron comes in here, gets run through a splitter, is split into 8 different directions, run through 8 different lines. These are 22 each, to produce as much iron as it possibly can, spits it out here, and is picked up via a train. Okay? Delivered via train, picked up via train, and then trained to somewhere else. Now, one of the most basic things that the iron is used for are iron gears, which are over here. And I have to look at the map to figure out where these things are, because this factory is so big, you cannot remember where everything is. And if you can, wow, you played this game too much. Because I know I can't. So here we are. There's trains everywhere. We have over 100 trains. So iron is spat in here through 8 lines. If you can see here, this factory is divided in 2. There's there's this top 5 rows, and then the bottom 5 rows. There's 10 columns. I should make this 100 assembling machines. These little red things, these red machines here are assembling machines. Like, you can choose to display what they are creating, which is really easy for just looking over everything and seeing what it is. Because if you didn't have this, you really wouldn't be able to tell what anything is, because if you go to the main factory here, everything looks the same. You can't tell what anything is, what's making what, where anything is going to. It's impossible to navigate. Having the items on makes this game so much more playable. So here we have, it spits in iron, spits out iron gears, 8 lines in, 8 lines out, to a train that takes them elsewhere to do who knows what. What's a little bit more complicated? Oh, let's show the solder factory. Let's show the solder factory. Okay, so this is 3 trains in, 1 train out. And this is tin. This input's tin, 8 lines of tin. This is silver. This is silver. Okay, so it ends up being 12 lines of silver, 12 lines of copper that get shrunken down into 8 lines of silver and copper, and then lined up down here. And I don't even know how many machines this is. These are all electric furnaces, metal mixing furnaces. Okay, pardon me. They're not just furnaces. All of these lines get spat out down here and loaded into a train. If you could, as you can tell, we are working on a rather large scale. Let's see, what else is another fun factory? Oh, let's show them resistors. Okay, so here we are at our resistor factory. One of the largest production modules we have. This is actually completely necessary. This, when it goes, produces so much, and this is, it's really incredible, and it's only 2 in. It's only, we got the tin, copper wire, and carbon. By the way, if you ever see things down here, there's bugs that attack, and there's bugs that constantly attack. I had to turn off the alarm because you guys would have heard the alarm go off every 15 seconds, and it gets annoying after a little while. I'm actually kind of happy I turned the alarm off. What's another complicated... Oh, let's show them the floater. Alright, let's show you guys the floater, because this is another really interesting little build.
The floater you saw earlier was the old way with it, which wasn't very fast, so we had to speed it up.
Yeah, and speeding it up basically just means building it bigger to handle more and handle as much as it can. So here we have our new floater. Much bigger than our old floater, which is, this is so hard to navigate. Okay, so this isn't actually a production. This is more of a part of the mining process, the refining process of the ore. But this is, in order to output this much, we needed to build on a much larger scale. Because the other one that we had just was not cutting it, and we're gonna have to repeat this module. What, 5 more times, Yemto?
Yes.
Yeah. 5 more times. And then there's another step that we need to build in still. It's this game wears on you. This game will consume your life. This game is... It's one of the best games I've ever played. It's actually I believe it's still the second highest rated game on Steam.
Yeah.
It's $30 and worth every penny.
Yeah. And just quickly, these floating cells are really slow. So to make them fast enough, we had to use a ton of beacons.
Yeah.
It's the thing with the spinning top.
Yeah, these things here that are literally everywhere are called beacons, and they are what is pretty much driving this whole area here. Then we have the crystals that you saw earlier. There's the crystal mixture in here. We saw them earlier. They get split off into 2 different ways. They meet up down here. Get turned into a slurry, and then what happens to them then after the slurry?
They are taken to another factory, and get processed even further to be able to make gemstones out of them.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay. And then those gemstones we are using to make higher level laser turrets, which you see right here. These guys don't require refueling ammo or anything of the sort. They just use lots and lots of electricity, which we try to keep in abundance. If you can also tell, we are trying to utilize as much space as possible by incorporating our solar panel arrays into the smaller modules. Basically, I had come up with this idea of nobody is going to be in these things. There's no reason why, with like the big spaces that we have, we didn't really have a purpose for them. So I figured, why not just fill them full of solar panels instead of dedicating other spaces to them? We just kind of had everything incorporated together. Oh, this one's fun. Okay, is this where the okay? Yeah. So this is where this is where that crystal slurry comes. Yeah. This produces purified water. It gets put into these filtration units, the filtration unit into the chemical plant. Chemical plant makes these green things. I don't know what they're called. I believe they're catalysts. And then they put into a train and shipped who knows where.
To the spawn factory.
Yeah, at the spawn factory we have, I think it's 20 unloading stations. 18 of them are occupied. We have a lot of things that we need for this game because it's so modded. The only reason why there is so much of this stuff is because it's so heavily modded. Otherwise, there's about half as many products that you have to worry about. And if you like, you know, vanilla Factorio, that's fine. You know, that's up to you. It's just, if you really want a game that'll take you literally months to play, play this. Didn't we start this last year?
I'm not sure when we started it.
I thought we started it before. I thought we started it in like November. Or no.
That can be right.
It was before that. Because we were playing. Because remember we had stopped playing WoW, or we had stopped playing this to play WoW when that was last year, like October.
We have broken 500. We are on 505 hours.
Yay! 505 hours for this server. This server has been running for 505 hours. Yemto and I have about 50% time into it. So, wow. So my plan is to try to submit this server to a YouTuber named Exterminator and see if we can't get featured on his channel, because he does a lot of Factorio content and showcases factories. I'm hoping can't get a little publicity and show it off there. This is
once we're firing rockets.
Yeah, once we're firing rockets, which is going to be a couple of months from now. This is what occupies my time, everybody. This is what takes this is what sometimes takes the show a little while, because I want to play this a lot, because this game is really addicting. We've pretty much gone through most of the factory. Oh, the one thing I do want to show you is this. This is our this was my idea to come up with this giant accumulator array. This is basically a giant battery for the whole factory, and once it's complete, it will look very impressive. But for right now, it's pretty sparse. You see the kind of yellowish ones are not done. Oh, that is very nice. That is a daisy. Alright, so these are our refineries. This is where we make sulfuric acid and pump it out via train. Again, everything is so much trains. Alright, everybody, I think that about does it. If you want to know more about Factorio, go ahead and send me a message. Go ahead and contact me on Discord or whatever. I would be happy to give you a rundown. Yemto is putting me into a little circle thing. Yay! That's the other thing, is you can actually use somebody else's bots to build for them. And you can also load up their inventory full of stuff by destroying stuff around them. It's fun! Yay! So
yeah, something like that.
Oh no! No! Oh no! No! Don't stop that! Oh no, Yemto! Stop that! Okay. Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna get going. Like I said, if you want to learn more about Factorio, just go ahead and send me a message. If not, check it out on Steam. Factorio does have its own website. It was there for sale for quite a long time before it actually was even onto Steam, because they had a really good belief philosophy behind their development team. They didn't even want to put a game onto Steam until it was good enough to be sold, in their opinion. So, this game is $30 US. It is absolutely worth your time if you like this sort of thing, if you like builder games. I believe there is a demo for it. Please try the demo if you have any sort of interest in it. It is really good, gives you a pretty good taste of the game. I believe gives you the first couple tutorials. Yemto is now blowing himself up. Yay. Okay, so thank you everybody. This was Factorio Friday. I hope you all had fun, and I promise I'm not going to keep playing this game for a couple more hours before I go film the actual show. No, I promise I won't do that. Alright, back to you, Dandruff.
Well, that was fun. For those of you who are still awake, hit the like button if you liked it, hit the dislike button if you didn't, but either way, it helps me out. Click up here to watch the full episode for today's show, click down here to watch yesterday's episode, which was about Assassin's Creed Odyssey being leaked, and click over here to subscribe to my wonderful, wonderful channel. Thank you, see you on Monday, go play some games.